Hey everyone, it's Lena here. I wanted to talk to you briefly about coloring a picture without a plan. And I will tell you that one of the first things that came to mind was Johnny Cash's song One Piece at a Time, because it's kind of the theme of what I'm going to talk about. In this picture here, which is by R.J. Hampson, it is his July freebie, and you can get it by signing up for his newsletter. It's called Steampunk Owl, and as a side note, he does have a steampunk book, coloring book, coming out in mid-October. Anyways, while I was thinking about how to color this picture, I didn't want to stress out about having a plan. I didn't want to plan out the whole picture. I didn't really know how to plan it out. So what I did is I just started with elements that I knew I wanted to color a certain color. For instance, these vines, I knew I wanted the vines to be green. The branch, I knew I wanted the branch to be brown. This little wood background here on the clock, I knew I wanted that one to be, I knew I wanted the wood grain to be brown. And after I started coloring some elements, I started thinking about how I wanted the elements to be incorporated in other parts of the picture. So it's a great way for me when I'm coloring to help the picture come together, is just start with elements that I know and then try to incorporate those elements in other parts of the picture. Now, you don't have to do that. You certainly do not have to do that. I'll show you a picture that I colored yesterday, and it was literally no plan. It was just sitting on the couch coloring, and I didn't even care how it came together too much. Here it is here. This is the Cute Mandalas coloring book by Apsi Sumanasiri. Yeah, I sat on the couch and I grabbed my son's Crayola markers and I just wanted to color. And I did try to make it come together, but I didn't stress about it. I didn't have a plan. I just started grabbing colors and that was it. So here is the middle ground where you kind of want to have a plan, but you just don't know how to start and you don't want to think too hard about how to start. And so, as you can see in this beak here, I wanted the beaks to be orange, and I asked myself how can I incorporate orange into other parts of the picture. So I decided I wanted the flowers to be orange. So as I'm coloring in these elements that I feel like are coming together, I start adding these colors in as I decide how I want to incorporate them in different parts of the picture. It starts coming together. And before you know it, you got a large part of this picture colored, and you don't have many decisions to make as you get towards the end. Like this is a metal ring, steampunk metal. So I know I want to color some of this metal. Like these wings, I saw this and I have no idea how I want to color it, but I will decide that at the end. This clock, actually the same thing with the clock. I don't really know how I want to color the clock, but I can make that decision at the end. I don't have to decide now. And so that's one thing I have to remind myself is I don't have to have a plan for everything before I get started. And then on the flip side, of course, there's this picture that is my other work in progress. It's a buddy color. This is Hannah Carlson's Grains of Gold, and this one I did have a plan. I came up with a plan. I googled Scandinavian owl designs and I came up with a color palette that I absolutely loved, and I let the palette somewhat make the decisions for me, and I just started figuring out where I want all those colors to go and how I can fit them in, and I tried to stay pretty much within those colors, so it really reduces stress, and the only decisions you really have to make is where to put those colors you've already chosen. So again, this is just one way. I will show you 3 different ways. I mean, you've got the careless coloring. You don't really, my carefree coloring, Lena, that's something that I do. I'm sure we all do it. You just pick up a picture and you just want to color and you don't want to think about how to color it. And then there's other pictures where you kind of have a plan, but you just don't know how to plan it, and you just, like I said, start coloring elements here and there that are just more obvious to you, and as it comes together, it's a lot easier to make those decisions once you see these other colors in the picture. So then you can decide, okay, do I want to add another color to this picture. Will it fit in with these other colors? You know, the orange and the greens, and I don't know if I want to make this, I don't know if I want to make this gold or silver, but you know, once I have that color decided here, then I can figure out what to do with these wing type things here. Wings on gears. So I guess they look like bird feathers maybe. So I hope this helps you, helps you with your decision making, and maybe help you with that decision fatigue, that you don't have to have all of the answers in order to start coloring. You can just start coloring and let it just develop as you go, and that's okay too. I hope this helps you, and please let me know if you have any other video ideas, things you would like to see along the way, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.